say. So we do want to congratulate Holtz and wish him the best of luck on those endeavors that he's doing.
Yay.
He'll be doing that for a while. We don't want.
He has a 6-month contract.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's definitely hoping that it would
on his Twitter.
Nice.
Turn long term, permanent. I think is always the goal when you get these kind of things. But he is doing gameplay testing basically.
Yep.
So he's testing all the things.
Yeah.
Everything.
And I just want to say, we really don't know anything about what he's up to. But I was like, 6 months, huh?
6
just enough
months.
time to test a September release and a little bit after, maybe. I just made that up, but maybe he's working on that next thing we're wondering about. But we really don't know.
Yeah. But we wish him the absolute best. So that is so that's what's happening. We got Watts and we got Fran tonight. And like I said, Breyer is he's got some personal stuff that he's taking care of, so he can't make it tonight. Or actually, like he said, he was eating. And we got Benji on the show.
Hello.
Hey, Benji.
Hey. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome. I'm going to kick it right over to Fran.
Thank you. So, yeah, I found out. So you're Benji on Twitter, and I'll have you tell people exactly what that is. But you go, I guess, more by Benj, right?
Yeah, that's the most common one, yeah.
Yeah. So Benj is arguably one of the best Gambit Prime players in the world, or so I've been told, and will be very
tier.
Soon competing in the Belong Arena's Gambit Prime Arena Cup Finals, which some of you may know. This is one of the first things that Bungie has really collaborated with in terms of a tournament. That's a national thing. That is not something that they just did themselves. So welcome, Benj. Maybe for starters, where do people follow you? Is Twitter the main place to find you, or?
Yeah, I'd say Twitter's your best bet at the minute. My Twitter's Benji with 3 J's, 2 Y's. That's where I post most a lot of clips on Twitter, a lot of Gambit clips on Twitter. And then I do stream, although I haven't for a while because of uni. But I do plan on streaming again, like beginning of June time.
Nice.
My stream is the same again, Benji with 3 J's and 2 Y's. So yeah, that's the main 2 places, I'd say.
Awesome. And so did I get that right? You're going to the finals, and how did you get involved in this? Like, how does that even happen? You know, if I'm a Gambit player, does, some people may know Anubis. We've been talking with him. He's part of, Belong and Get Wrecked. And do we need to know him to get in, or is it like you're just that good that they reached out to you?
Nah, so I know Anubis personally very well and have done for like 3-4 years now, because he's always ran the UK events, which is like his own thing. That's what Get Wrecked is. And then through that, he got a job at Belong as the marketing lead. So then he's basically collaborated with them to get this tournament going. And basically, it's open to everyone within the UK. That's basically the only restriction, because you have to be able to travel to the specific arenas based in the UK to play. So it wasn't like he reached out to me specifically because I was known to be good at Gambit or anything. Anyone can play. It's advertised as a social tournament. With Bungie supporting it, they were very adamant that they wanted it to be a social tournament. They didn't want it to be seen as like a sweaty, competitive kind of thing.
Right.
It's for everyone. So
still capture the fun. And where is it taking place again?
So
the city.
It's the past few weeks. So it's been running for, I think we're in the 4th week now, and it's been in all the different arenas across the UK. So there's 22 arenas across the UK.
Oh, wow.
So depending on where you are based and what's nearest to you, that's where you'd play. You'd drive to that one and you'd play there, and then you'd play people from other arenas. And then the final, which is 2 days, is based in Nottingham. So yeah.
Awesome.
That's cool.
So I have a bunch more questions, and we all probably do for you. Let me read this quote that Anubis provided from Belong. It says, "The past few weeks have represented a huge milestone for the Destiny community, with Bungie supporting the first ever national LAN tournament. It's been incredible to see new community members emerging through Gambit, and Benji is a prime example of how hard work and being active in the community can lead to some amazing opportunities. This week's stream is going to be a real celebration of the changes in support we've seen from Bungie as of late, and we can't wait to hopefully see Benji on the big screen at our arena in Nottingham as he battles it out for the first ever Belong Gambit Prime Arena Cup. As a note, free tickets are still available if you'd like to come and join them for the day and meet some of your favorite content creators. Also, Fallout Plays, who's no stranger to the show, is going to be shoutcasting there. So it should be pretty exciting. So just to kick into what it is you do that's so special, maybe I'd understood that you invade, and like you're like one of the best invaders. Is that pretty much you when you play? That's all you do in Gambit Prime?
Yeah, pretty much. I played
you're the designated invader.
Yeah, exactly. So like pre-Prime, when it was just normal Gambit, even though there wasn't the set roles, I was always the invader, and then kind of got a bit of a reputation from doing that, and then carried that over into Prime, where I literally haven't ever played without just running the invader armor. It's basically just
you
all I do
now.
Yeah,
so the set works as intended.
yeah, the set works very well.
How long have you been? Oh, go
I'd
ahead,
just
Watts.
be really interested to know when you go into a game of Prime or regular Gambit, what does a general game look like for you with being the invader? From
It
beginning to end.
depends. I suppose it depends if I'm either playing in a team or if I'm playing solo. So if I'm playing in a team, it can be very much after the first 25. It's kind of I will basically just be invading, because by the time I've invaded once, my team's already taken out all the ads. So I come back from my invade, the portal's open again, I go over again. So I basically just invade up until the primeval phase, and then kill the primeval with my team. Whereas if I'm playing solo, it's like I'm kind of juggling doing everything. So I'm having to like kill the blockers and then kill the ads, and then I'll invade, or sometimes someone will steal the portal off me, which is always fun. And then so yeah, it's just it's pretty chill if I'm in a team, because I don't really have to do a lot. If I'm playing solo, I get I have to like deal with all the blockers and stuff.
Feel like you're doing more carrying.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
He didn't want to say it.
Like, these blueberries aren't doing their job.
That would be me.
Causing
on the other side.
problems.
So what does a loadout look like for you? It sounds like, okay, you use the full invader set, like armor wise. Are you mixing in an exotic piece with that on the armor side?
So
and what do you play as and so on?
Basically I run, which is quite unusual, Blade Barrage, and then my exotic piece is the Ophidia chest piece, which is the one that gives you the double knives. Yeah, and the reason I run that is so I always say that, because like a lot of people, when they're the designated invader, they run a like strictly PvP loadout to invade as effectively as they can. But I've always tried to kind of create like a hybrid build almost between kind of PvP and PvE, so I can still contribute to the PvE side of things. So the reason I run the Ophidia specifically is to get the double knives, the double fan knife on the Blade Barrage, which then acts as like my shotgun almost. So because I run a hand cannon and a sniper, I find that against the stronger ads, the shielded ads, the high value targets, that if I'm just shooting them with a primary, it takes a long time. It's boring. It's not effective at all. Whereas everyone else would be running a shotgun to kill them. So I run the double knives, which then are insane and act as and you always have them because of the dodge combo. So they act as my shotgun, and then I use them on the blockers as well. So they just go in really handy. And then the super itself gives me something to use for DPS, because otherwise I just feel like I don't really contribute much with DPS. So
what's your heavy usually?
It varies. So like for the tournament, for example, I'm running tractor cannon, which I'm running for DPS purposes for the team.
You said
but normally,
cannon?
Yeah, tractor cannon, yeah. But then normally I'd probably say a heavy machine gun, probably hammerhead, just because they are so dominant when it comes to, like, when I invade, I normally come up against heavy machine guns, so I kind of feel like I have to run one as like a counter.
Nice.
But I'd rather not use one. I just kind of feel obligated to use one.
So why is it that hunters are the best? Can you describe why that's the case?
What a loaded question. I mean, I play as a hunter, so I'm happy.
Not loaded at all.
We're all hunters.
Yeah.
Oh, you are too, Watts. Wow.
It's well, I mean, obviously it's personal preference, but I mean, for invading, obviously 6-shot gold is very good if you want to go in and just
True.
use the super and just ping, ping, ping. But I don't think there's another subclass that really offers kind of like that neutral game that can replace not having a shotgun quite as well. Just because the double knives are so strong and you always have them if you chain your dodge, then you basically always have it. So I mean, hunters are just the best anyway.
They're the best. Exactly.
See,
That's what I've been saying this whole time. They're the best.
Do you play the other classes like at all in any other modes for any reasons, or you pretty much you're like all Gambit Prime all the time?
I am all hunter all the time. I only have 2 characters. I don't have a Titan at all. I have a Warlock which I haven't played in a while. I literally just play on my hunter.
This is
And then
fantastic.
in terms of what I actually play.
And you're the best.
Exactly. So I mean, the evidence is there. The correlation
There it
is
is.
that hunters are clearly
It's
no
it's
coincidence.
science.
I mean,
Are you
exactly.
on PC or console?
PC? But I play with a controller, so controversial
Oh.
maybe.
Nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried playing mouse and keyboard? Is that your jam at all?
I've tried it,
ever.
and I am terrible, absolutely terrible with it. Yeah.
Clearly,
and then
you
when I
don't need it.
realized controller was good, well, I mean, I'm sure if I don't know. When I realized how good controller was on PC, I was just like, yeah, I don't
Right,
want to try
yeah.
mouse and keyboard.
Right. I mean, it's all aim assist. Let's be honest.
Oh,
Anybody
yeah,
could do
yeah,
what you
yeah.
do with
Anyone
assist,
could do
right?
it.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
joking. Like some people,
I don't
yeah,
need
they can have that attitude, but it's like if controller solved all the problems, then everybody would just plug in a controller.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think comfortability, obviously, like it's number one. What you're comfortable with, what you have fun with.
Yeah.
You're playing a game. You should have fun with it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
How long have you been playing Destiny? Like, where did it start?
Day one, basically. I got D1 day one it came out, and then I kind of played it for like I want to say like a month or so, and then kind of dropped off a bit. My friends stopped playing it because it had kind of a rough start, and then it was around the time that games like GTA 5 came out on next gen consoles and Far Cry 4 came out, so I started playing them, and then I remember quite well actually. It was like beginning of January 2015, and I didn't have any games that I wanted to play. So I just thought, oh, I'll give Destiny a try again. Played it like on my own, and then just like fell in love with the game in like a week. And basically haven't stopped playing it since.
Haven't looked back.
Yeah, and then yeah.
And then maybe step back to like in terms of playing Gambit and that Watts and
Yeah.
Teft, and just for context, like I've fallen out of it. Not that I don't enjoy it, I do. I just maybe I'm not as much of a PvP player, but Watts and Teft, do you guys play Gambit and Gambit Prime at all?
I haven't really played
What'd you
much.
think
I
of it?
got Delirium early in the season. And that was it.
You grinded Delirium out hard. It was like day one, you were like, I got it.
2 days, I was like, I'm getting this before everybody gets perks.
Yeah, it was really fast.
I was like, those set perks
Out of it.
are going to make this really annoying. So I'm going to get this right away.
I quite enjoy Prime. When I wasn't super crazy about Gambit, at least in the state that it had gotten into before we had Season of the Drifter. But Prime, I enjoy quite a lot. I haven't played recently just because I've been trying to do other stuff and focus on other things. But I think I'll probably be jumping into Prime again soon, especially on console because I haven't done Delirium on console yet. And that's a really good gun. So it's one of the few pinnacles that I really want to make sure I get.
Yeah.
Really? So Delirium is worth getting.
Oh, definitely. Delirium's my
Yeah.
favorite LNG.
It's really good.
Dang. I haven't even started down.
Fran
that
is
path yet.
also going to be playing Prime.
Yeah, apparently I'll be looking for people.
In my opinion, Prime is considerably better than regular Gambit. Just how it was.
It's
Yeah,
Although I haven't played
Yeah.
regular Gambit since they did the mayhem and third round type of thing. But anytime I played 3 rounds in regular Gambit, it kind of wore on me, just because I was looking for like the completion and the stat increase.
Sounds like
It
Benj
definitely,
was,
it definitely like it feels better with the sudden death thing, and when you play a lot of Prime and then go back to original Gambit feels quite easy and quite chill, just because like the ads aren't crazy strong. But I preferred Prime until the recent changes they made to the Invader. Obviously, I'm a bit biased, but so they changed it so that when the primeval was up, the amount of primeval you can heal is reduced, and how often you can invade is reduced. So now it just kind of feels like even if I invade and get all 4 kills, like the primeval's health barely goes up, and it doesn't make a difference. And then you can't invade in the time that they can DPS, so it just feels like a waste of time. So I'm a bit like with it now. Whereas before I was like, yeah, Prime's a lot better.
Interesting.
But at the minute, I'm 50-50. So.
nice. And maybe going back to your history with Destiny, were you always like a PvP player, or did you play both sides? Like, tell us maybe what you got into over all these years.
Very PvP heavy.
Guessed.
Basically D1, yeah. D1 was like PvP only, basically.
Trials?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
trials every weekend, helping people get to the lighthouse. I like didn't do raids at all, and then that kind of carried on into D2 with year 1, even though it wasn't amazing. I just played PvP, and then I still like play PvP a lot, and I still love PvP. I just play Gambit more at the minute. But Gambit has made me like appreciate PvE a bit more. Still don't get into raids that much. I don't raid at all, really. But just general PvE activities, I'm like more willing to do than I was
If you play
prior to Gambit.
If you play PvP, what do you rock in terms of a hunter loadout?
I probably either just switch to the 6-shooter Goldie or probably run the Spectral Blades, and then whack on a last word with my sniper, and off I go.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. And did we ever clarify what you use for your hand cannon and sniper normally in Prime?
In Prime,
I think you said
hand cannon,
and sniper, right?
Yeah. So my go-to is hand cannon sniper, with the hand cannon being spare rations if I have a good one, midnight coup or ace of spades, and then sniper, just a legendary sniper with a good roll. So like my Fate Cry's Foul has a very good roll, and my Longer Buy has a very good roll. So they're like my go-to.
What's the roll
too.
that you consider a good one?
The Fate has a short zoom, snapshot, moving target, so it feels really nice. The Longer Buy has short zoom, snapshot, rapid hit, so that one feels nice as well.
Nice.
So yeah, one of those two is normally my go-to.
Nice. So, we only have so much time to talk about the tournament and Gambit and all that, but I actually did want to ask, since the unique perspective and you've played so much, what does Gambit Prime 2.0 look like to you? Like, where could they take this? And maybe just to share an example, like, I don't play enough, but when I hopped in and saw the class work, I almost thought, like, man, it's almost a tinge of Overwatch. And I almost just wanted to select different class types without the armor grind and stuff. But maybe that's a little bit of my vision. But, like, what do you think about what the future could look like at all for Gambit Prime? What would you want to see?
For Prime, I guess, I don't know, maybe...
Or Gambit in general would be fine, too, obviously.
Yeah.
What's the evolution of Gambit?
The evolution of Gambit, after Prime as well. I suppose... I don't know, it's a tough one, because I feel like Prime was intended as the evolution of Gambit, so that's kind of like where we're at anyway. So maybe just like little tweaks here and there to like in-game stuff, just things like maybe limiting. It's like we have the set roles now, but maybe taking that one step further and just saying kind of have to pick one maybe beforehand. Kind of just like, so it's like more set roles. Maybe mixing it up how you achieve the armor. So obviously we have the reckoning now, but maybe you obtain it a different way. I think they went up with the right direction in Prime, because like the Primeval, they making it the staged the forced DPS was like a big change in the right direction. And like making it one round was a big change because it like speeds it up and that kind of thing. So for me, it just be like little tweaks, just things like I still feel like heavy's quite or very prominent in Gambit Prime. So like it spawns up on the wall a lot. People now know to run like taken ornaments, fallen ornaments, that kind of thing. So it kind of feels like everyone has heavy all the time. Yeah, like
Okay.
Sounds like you're pretty happy with where Gambit is.
Yeah.
Generally.
I feel like because I loved the original Gambit, so like if you'd have asked me like back then what I wanted to see, I probably wouldn't have been able to give you an answer. But like but I think they just took it in the right direction, because like the roles were like already there. They just needed to actually sort of put them in game.
Sure.
Which they did. And I think that's just something that needs to be maybe built across the like PvP and PvE in general. And I think like the changes to the Primeval and that kind of thing were all steps in the right direction. I think now it's just like tweaking the things, like so like reverting the DPS changes or the invader changes, and just maybe tweaking heavy ammo. Yeah, so for me, there's nothing like major that stands out. Like, oh my god, this needs to change, or we could go massively in this direction. Yeah, I think it's in a good place.
Okay. Maybe just to cap off the questions to you. So May 18th, Gambit Prime Arena Cup Finals in Nottingham, and that's belong.gg, I think, is like an easy place to find it, right? But do you know if is it broadcasting on Twitch?
Yeah, there's I can't remember the official Twitch. It's like Belong Gaming Arenas or something along those lines, where they'll be like live streaming the entire like final, shoutcasted by Fallout and Bife.
Oh yeah, Bife is going to be there as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very good friend.
Looks like it's twitch.tv/belong arenas. And it's from 12 to 11. That's British Standard Time, which is 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern.
Perfect.
So that's when you can watch it on Saturday,
Awesome.
May 18th.
Nice. So that was a lot of my questions for Benj. Did I miss anything, Watts or Taft?
I was happy that we got to clarify why hunters are best. Personally.
Should we move into the spicy
Spicy TWAB.
Everyone
updates?
get your anger ears on.
Uh-oh.
Time to get angry. This week at Bungie was something. Lots of
Yes.
bombs could be said about it, right?